Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so got a new patron. Just to give you guys up to speed. Um, we've got a new patron, and they are all hyped about the Pride event that's coming out, and they wanted to have a deck with Karlach and Shadowheart, but they also wanted to have some backgrounds with it. Now, I'm not sure if their playgroup will allow them to have it, but it's Pride. You know what? Karlach and Shadowheart. I ship them, sort of. So we're gonna go ahead and build them a new commander deck. Um, the way I build commander decks is not the most exciting, and I do apologize for that. I, rather than just doing it directly in here, I start with a spreadsheet, which I know spreadsheets. Woo, so exciting. But this is Shadowlock. The nice thing is they wanted this commander to be not Boros, Brain, Mardu. So we're just gonna have good old gay icon. There she is, Alessia, who smiles at death, be the replacement commander. So for those of you that haven't seen my videos this week, there's a Pride event happening in Pride where you can run two commanders that don't normally have partner. You can run them as if they did have partner. And great idea if you want to just do a silly budget deck. You want to just throw together something with the cards you already own. I get that. Building an entire commander deck for a 1 week event for a single day, if you're only going for 1 day, because most of us can only play commander once a week if we're lucky. Throwing hundreds of thousands or hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a deck like that just seems silly. So what I've been doing is let's have couples, or let's make our own couples, and then we can have a replacement commander afterwards. So that's what we're going for. Let's get you shrunk. So I'm gonna move. All right. So the first thing I do when a patron sends me a commander deck is I break it down into my categories, so I can usually helps me see where the weaknesses are and what we can do to help fix some of those weaknesses. You know what? Let's move you over here. And let's put you here. So we've got the spreadsheet. We've got core, support, interaction, board wipes, card advantage, mana ramp, and lands. If I need to add more categories based on what kind of deck it is, I can do that. But for this one, it's going to be pretty straightforward. So we've got Karlach, who is our commander, along with Shadowheart, Dark Justiciar, who I love. And we're going to make sure Alessia, who smiles with death, is in the 99. You guys can hear me, right? Am I muted? Hello? Okay, good. I'm not muted. All right, just wanted to make sure. So what are they trying to do with this deck? Okay, so we've got a token doubler. We've got a token generator. We've got extra combats. Tokens, tokens, tokens. Feeding? It's kind of Baldur's Gate, and let's be honest, Astarion is the gayest character in Baldur's Gate. We love him. He's fabulous. Lolth is card draw? Yep. Zariel is... let's go ahead and move those two over to here as well. Enoch, strike leader. Whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander for each opponent, create a 1/1 gun. Okay. Alright, we'll put you under support. Anam Pakal, Thousandth Moon. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anam Pakal, then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anam Pakal. Okay, so you just make creatures and we smash stuff. Got it. A-N-I-M. Asterion is support. I don't know how Asterion works in this deck. You know? Like, I don't know what to do here, chat. One sec. We're going to go ahead and read... Whoa. Why did you change? That should not have happened. Okay, Pride Partner deck. Using Cultists of the Absolute and Inspiring Leader backgrounds. Built around tokens. Okay. Mostly just going for a token stack. Do they have... Good. Good. You know, mostly they want to keep for thematic reasons. That's fine. Alright, whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage, draw a card and lose 1 life. Upkeep if non-land permanent battlefield this turn. Okay. It's fine to have cards that don't really fit your theme. You don't absolutely need them. I know. The lower your bracket is, the more you can goof off and put whatever cards in you want. Remember, the creature you control enters. Okay. Enduring Innocence. Joined researchers. Okay. For card advantage, it's not bad, but I think we're going to go ahead and cut that one because we don't want to let other people join. It is gay. It is a gay card, so we'll go ahead and allow it. They were roommates. They were roommates, chat. Yeah, it's pridey. We need to keep it in. Ramp. Keeper of the Accord, Knight of the White Orchid. Krenko. Mahadi Emporium Master. Yes. Minthara Merciless Soul. Ward X. Yes. Pitiless Plunderer. Sir Conrad. Who's this? Whenever another creature token creature you control dies, just put in exile. Okay. We'll skip that one. Zergo. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed. Okay. Good old Helm Smasher, right, chat? Alright, Blasphemous Act. Secret Rendezvous. Entrapment Maneuver. I'm not a fan. We're going to keep that one out. Mortify. Wait, Secure the Wastes. What does that do again? Oh, yeah. That's token generation. Swords. Thrill. Card advantage. Will of the Mardu is also carded. No, it's not. Is core. Will's Reversal. Interaction. Altar of Ball. Dolmen Gates. Sure. But you know what? We'll keep it in, but we've got we're not an aristocrats deck, but we've got a lot of when creatures die do X effects. And so, but Dolmen Gate is in here because it's part of the secret layer that the deck is built around. So it's like, Horn of Valhalla is a creature generator, isn't it? Yeah. Mind Stone. I see no talismans. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay, that's good. All out assaults. That is a hyphen, not a zero. Always screw those up. Black markets. Cathars. What's Court of Grace do again? Oh, yeah. It's kind of sort of card advantage. Cultist of the Absolute. Divine Visitation. Fervent Charge. Impact Shrimmers. Inspiring Leader. We have 15 enchantments. We're not running Sigil of the Empty Throne. Sphere of Safety. Creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control. Nope. War Leader's Call. Wedding Announcements. And then lands. Alright, sideboard is the effects you were thinking about. They're getting a comment on your turn. Creatures you control get flying, so they turn a creature. Nope. 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 It's cute, but no. All right, chat. We're short. We'll go ahead. All right, so we're going to put you down here. Battlefield Forge is a pain land. Is it Boros? So the way I organize, like, multicolored cards when we're in a 3-color deck is I go the first 2 colors, which in this case are Boros, and then the second 2 colors, which in this case is Orzhov, and then the outside colors. So that just keeps things organized. It makes things a bit cleaner. And it doesn't really matter how you do it, but if you follow that same pattern, it's going to feel cleaner as you're explaining cards to people, because I want to keep things clean. Chat Bachukabod. Caves of Koilos. Clifftop Retreat. Dragon Skull Summit. Godless Shrine. Haunted Ridge. That's a check land, yeah. Isolated Chapel. Master Emerald Shrines Command Tower. That's what I thought. Mountain. Got 6 of each. Okay. So what colors are what? Mountain, Plains, Swamp. Nomad Outpost. Oh, okay. Sacred Foundry. Sundown Pass. Vault Champions? Sure. Oh, Smoldering Marsh. Vault of the Archangel. Okay, so looking at this deck, I know what we need. We need more interaction. We could use a bit more graveyard hate. I like where the deck is going. Quite frankly, I want to go in one of 2 directions, chat. Either A, we go for you know what? I kind of want to go for the swords combo. So this is how the deck is looking. You see, after we've broken it all down, you can see where the deck's weaknesses are, I should say. We are crap on interaction. We are crap on board wipes. Now, we are focused mostly on player removal, which I approve of. But what are this deck's weaknesses? Weaknesses. God, I can talk today. Sorry, I'm changing my sleeping schedule around, so I am way more tired than I should be. My son gets off work. He closes at Taco Bell. So I've been staying up late so I can bring him home, rather than him relying on Ubers to make it home. Speaking of children, let me message this one real quick. So, is it Fracture? I can never remember. Yes. So this deck's weakness is going to be two things. We are looking at uh, 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 ghostly present effects, um, which are very common. So we want to keep an eye out for those. We are also going to want to. So we're gonna. We've got a Boros charm. Dawn's Truce. So we want Dawn's Truce and Fracture. We're going to go with Dam and Austere Command. And for a bit of life gain, we're going to go Twilight Prophet. I think that's good. We didn't really make a lot of changes, and if we need to cut some more cards, we can. I'll probably cut Bastion of Remembrance if I need to make any more cuts. Yeah, Bastion of Remembrance is going to be the one we're going to want to cut. Okay, so they were roommates. Ooh, we could use one more piece of Graveyard Hate. Rakdos Charm. That and Rakdos Charm, if we go up against a mirror match, wins us the game on the spot because, boom, all your creatures are dead. So we're going to create a new deck. We're going to go Alesha, who is the commander. It's a bracket 2. Not doing anything infinite. We're not going crazy. Alesha's going to be our commander. You okay, lover?
Yeah.
Is there a package?
No, toilet paper.
Oh.
Needed to be replaced in our bathroom, and there wasn't any more in our bathroom, so I had to open up the package of the stuff downstairs.
That'll do it. And I misspelled Gilded. So that happens. Typos are a thing. How am I 8 cards over? Did they send me... Hang on, chat. How? Hang on. 1, 2. It is a 105 card deck. Ugh. All right. Well, time to start making cuts. Well, first of all, we can cut one land. We're going to cut a swamp. Bastion of Remembrance. And I know that just adding a couple pieces of interaction doesn't seem like it'll do a lot, chat, but it really just makes a huge amount of difference. You really need me to make a Dino Spellslinger deck, Waffles? Gone. I think Asterian's Thirst is so not good, but that's okay. All right. We need all the card advantage we can get. All right, we'll cut Twilight Prophet. Oh, we'll cut Black Market. I don't think it really works in this deck anyway. Well, I mean, you've got what's his bucket. Dinosaur. Rawr. Hi, Broly. How are you? Good old Calamax. Calamax the Stormsire. Mistake that people often make with him is he doesn't copy. Oh, that's too bad. What are you looking for? Down to 104, chat, and I don't know what to cut. Because the thing is, we needed to add some stuff to make the deck functional, but so I can't cut too much. We have no other goblins in the deck, I don't think. You, Enduring Tenacity, you're gone. Killer Shark in Another World. Such a great manga. I mean, it's not, but it's fun. Can I cut? No. I'll keep Pitiless Plunderer. Enduring Courage. Do I need Enduring Courage? Yeah, we like Enduring Courage. I kind of want to cut Zergo. No, Zergo smashes face. Lae'zel gets cut. Let's be honest, she would interfere with the... You want to turn all of your cards into Phyrexian Praetor and you want to be on a budget? Nope. You want them all to be Praetors. Okay, here's the problem. I think this is the cheapest Elish Norn. This one is $15. This one's $20 for the cheapest. 14, $13. Oh, 12. There we go. $12. $10. $10. $100. $20. $20. $25. Oh, here we go. Here's the cheapest. Oh, no, wait. There we go. Urabrask. That's your cheapest commander. Because even this Urabrask is still $5, 3 to 5. Vorinclex, 60. Vorinclex, this Vorinclex. Come on. $6. $5 for the secret layer drop. Like, on top of that, you want a 5-color mana base for budget? Not going to happen. But I'll tell you who your commander should be. Because it's hilarious. You mean a Kindred? You just want Phyrexian Kindred? Don't have to be Praetors? So here's the thing. This is EDH Rec. And I want Typal. And there's Eldrazi. Phyrexians. You pick what colors you want. What color do you want your Phyrexian deck? $103. What can I... All of those are amazing. All right, Inox Strike Leader. What do you do? Yeah. Yeah. Bye, Sir Conrad. Fervent Charge can go by. Yeah, Fervent Charge. Fervent Charge is not good. I mean, it's not bad, but... Sliver 5-color Wizard Girl deck. Green, red, and black. Alright, you want... Jund? That's so silly. You know what? Since it's Phyrexian, I would go with Eddie. But yeah, you come here, you pick your commander, you get suggestions for what card it's going to be. So we're on EDH Rec, so we're going to start over. We're going to go to EDH Rec, we're going to go tags, we're going to go typal, we're going to scroll down until we find slivers. We're going to go Jund because that's the color you want. Pick a commander. It really doesn't matter. Target player draws a card. Okay. Whenever you attack, double target creature's power until end of turn. Not bad. What we got? Yeah, man, it has been a bit. Rin, daughter of Minus anime for the first time. Nice. That's a class. That's an older one, isn't it? I tried to dual stream yesterday on YouTube, and it was being obnoxious. I spent 40 minutes trying to get it to work. Of course, today it works just fine. I don't know if there was an update or if I did something wrong yesterday, but it would not go live for me at all. It was just like, oh, scheduled for the future. And I don't want it scheduled for the future. I want it scheduled now. Anyway, there's that. So you pick your commander, and then down here it's going to tell you stuff. But anyway, once you pick your commander, let's just pick Reaper for right now. Right here, where it says budget, I want to go cheap. I want a cheap budget, Reaper no more. Phyrexian deck. Is it not giving me Phyrexians? But regardless, you can scroll through here and you can see prices of cards. So this is how much it costs to order it on Card Kingdom. It's $1.29 to order this card on Card Kingdom. Rin, daughter. It rings a bell. Yes. Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah, I have seen it. Yep, YouTube being a YouTube coon. How you been, Marcus? No, I appreciate you being here now, man. We got lots of people joining in. But okay, we got to finish. Right now, we are working on a new Patron's commander deck. Someone who recently joined the Discord. They wanted a Pride deck, so I needed to get this done ASAP. And right now, I need to cut one more card. And I don't know what to cut. What does Minthara do? Yeah, no, Minthara's gone. Generally, I would rather have cards that make tokens than cards that pump tokens. So we're going to get rid of Minthara. Although she is thematic, she's in the right color identity, yada yada yada. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Save. Let's get this over to the patron. Although Alessia is canonically trans. There we go. Okay, done. Next. What am I building next, chat? All right. Sorry, let me catch up on chat real quick. Where do I buy singles? Generally Card Kingdom. My LGS for Card Kingdom. I try to go for my LGS because I like to support local businesses because it's where I go to play, so I might as well try to keep them in business because if they're in business, I have a place to go play Magic. The whole cyclical relationship thing. But other than that, usually Card Kingdom. Got a shopping list of cards I need to get to update a couple of decks. But, what can you do? Rar Cat, how are you? Dinothar. Yeah, I need to introduce Waffles to Kelsey. Waffles is a longtime patron of mine. He's sponsored many, many videos. And he is obsessed with dinosaurs. He's trying to build as many dinosaur commander decks as possible because he's silly, but we love that for him. But I think introducing him to Kelsey, aka Kelsey Dactyl, would either be hilarious and we'd all want to run away, or hilarious and we'd all have a good time. So it's going to be one or the other. All right. Sorry, let me catch up on chat. The want to buy the Lorwyn Jun Precon. Oh, yeah, money is so tight. Abzan armor. Yeah, no, I get that. I haven't had a chance to buy. I finally got the two Final Fantasy Precons I was wanting. And those are the two main things I wanted. I've still got them unmodified. I sleeved them up and put them in a box, and that was it. I got Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 14. I love 7, don't get me wrong. But Naya is not my color identity, and attacking people is not my color identity. I would rather kill everyone with spells or sacrifice a bunch of creatures to drain them out. And what was the other? It was 6, 7, 14. What were the Final Fantasy precons? What was the fourth one? 10. 10 was fine. I didn't hate 10 at all. I like it. But tokens is not my +1/+1 tokens. It's not my cup of tea. Like, if I got it, I would just leave it in the box and put it up on a shelf somewhere. Managed to buy Betorkin to all Endoran Siege by time for the upgrade. Nice. Nice. But yeah, Shuriken, sorry, to answer your question, I go to Card Kingdom. I've been going to Card Kingdom forever. They are a bit pricey. I will tell you straight up, TCG Player is generally cheaper than Card Kingdom. But Card Kingdom gives you free shipping if you're like $40 for singles, which isn't, we all know, isn't that hard to hit. $40 for singles. If you are buying one single card from a single person, I would go TCG Player if you're trying to save money, because usually you can find a really good deal. But if you're trying to build a commander deck, or you need like 8 or 10 cards to upgrade some decks, TCG Player. Because the thing is, or not TCG Player, Card Kingdom. The thing is, TCG Player, because you're ordering from a bunch of different people, I'm going to order this one card and it's cheaper, but I have to pay shipping. So the cost plus shipping usually winds up being more expensive because you're never ordering it all from the same person on TCG Player. You're ordering it from like 6 or 7. I will also check eBay. I've got a couple of reliable sellers that I go to on eBay. That's where I got, I want to say 12 when they first got printed. I think I got 12 Smothering Tithes for $50 for all 12 of them. Yeah, that's where I usually recommend is your first choice. Local is always your first choice. At least it should be. Do, 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 do. Orin Frostfang along with Unnatural Growth for the next upgrade cards. Nice. Dragon Throne took here. Thunder for Baloth. I'm gonna Nice. Nice. I think we're all caught up. I want to thank everyone for stopping by and saying hi. Now, here comes the fun part. I have a patron who pays me in bulk every couple of months and just wants like a list of decks. So we need to pull up patreon.com. We're going to go into messages. Building spreadsheets, chat. How exciting. Direct message. All right. And yeah, 12 for the best steal I ever got was we took a look at Torment of Hellfire and we were pretty sure everyone had misread it. And we bought as many as we could. They were selling them on Amazon of all places. We bought Torment of Hailfire for 25 cents. We got like 8 of them at that price. $0.25. Yeah. Anyway. All right, what are we building first? He wants to drop Marlin and Karya. Okay, we'll drop Marlin. We'll do... I love her. Any discussion, feeling watching some series to give off the sense I've time traveled to the 2000s time period. Rin absolutely gives off that feel. I would recommend Sentence to Be Hero. Absolutely gives off that vibe. It feels like you're watching. I mean, the animation style is great. Is more modern, but it still feels gritty and old school. Um, Brutal fight scenes. Absolutely brutal. Uh, Classic dark fantasy world. Like, I won't say it's as dark as Warhammer 40k, but it ain't far off. It's easily Berserk level dark. Easily Berserk level dark. And it's got that old school feel. So I would recommend that one. Um it's too bad 86 got pulled off a Crunchyroll for no goddamn reason. All right, here we go. Ariette, what does he want? Replenish in the deck. Okay. You got it. You want to replenish? Oh my gosh, do we do the... Do we do the combo? Oh, too bad. Rector, I damn near killed the bitch. Ghost in the Shell standing alone complex is 10 out of 10, one of my favorite animes of all time. Hands down. I am so excited. Have you seen, Ronan, have you seen the trailer? You know what? We're going to watch it right now. Nothing like, okay, getting back to it. He specifically wants to replenish. He wants auras, enchantments, pillow fort control as high as possible in bracket 3. We can do that. We can do that. So the problem with any, and this goes with any like specific card type deck, whether you're a typal deck and you're trying to build a dwarf deck or a human deck or whatever, for every support card you put in there, that's one less core card you could have. So since we're trying to be Enchantress, auras specifically, for every non-aura card we put in the deck, that's one that, and this sounds obvious, but nice. Have you never seen Ghost in the Shell standalone complex? It is like my profile pick on. I'm so hyped for the Ghost in the Shell anime. I changed my profile pick on Discord to be the Laughing Man. The Laughing Man logo from Standalone Complex. And it's so peak. Core Spirit Dancer. Spirit Dancer is one word. All right. Killian, Ink Duelist is cost reduction. All that glitters. Ethereal Armor. Darksteel Mutation. Sage's Reverie. Parasitic Impetus. It can be a little rough because we're doing the whole you're rooting for the police, but at the same time, half the people they're hunting, this cop group, half the people they're hunting are corrupt politicians or evil CEOs. So it's like, you know, I'm okay with this. Um, yeah, and Major Motoko Kusanagi is easily one of the best. Sci-fi always builds its females better. I don't know what it is, but you get these women-led movies, and especially when you've got a man involved, if it's not sci-fi or fantasy, it sucks. I'm not saying that for all movies, but you take a look at the examples of the best written female characters in fiction. I'm not talking real women, I'm talking fictional characters. You take a look at the examples of the best women, almost all of them are sci-fi. Like fangirls or whatever, feminists. Oh, why aren't there better written women? I'm sorry. Linda Hamilton's the reason that men are expected to get buff for superhero movies. Linda Hamilton is the reason that men have to have muscles for superhero movies. Because the scene where Linda Hamilton is doing pull ups off of a flipped up bed in Terminator 2 was filmed 6 weeks after she gave birth. If Linda Hamilton can get into that level of shape 6 weeks after pushing a human out of her body, you got no excuse. Boys, there's no excuse. No, I'm not an actor. I'm going to be fat. I'm lazy. I'm happy with it. Hateful Eidolon. Sure. Eidolon. All right. Rena Snuggie. Exactly. Exactly. And before anyone complains about Bayonetta's design, Bayonetta was drawn by a woman. Kaya's ghost form. But, like, Ripley. Hello. Ghoulish impetus. Sure. Why not? Timely Ward. Retether. Devil May Cry games. Yep. Yep. Claire from Claymore. Although, I need to give Claymore another chance. Everyone talks about how great it is. When I watched it, I thought it was the most boring action anime I'd ever seen in my life. So I need to give it another chance as I'm, more of an adult now and like thinking back on it, it can't be as bad as Death Note. Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. No. Smothering Tide, yes. Enlightened Tutor, yes. Sarah's Sanctum? He did want $1,000 deck list. I mean, we'll go ahead and add it and let him and put in a little note. Yeah. No. So, YouTuber content creator I found recently was talking about how he's watching 80s dark fantasy. Dark fantasy like uh Never Ending Story and Last Unicorn. And I'm like, is that why I'm like considered dark and that's why Gen X is all considered dark is cuz our kids movies were dark fantasy? Cuz Secret of Nim is traumatizing. It's good. I love it. My favorite cartoon as a kid was Black Cauldron. I loved the Black Cauldron. But, Disney doing a zombie apocalypse movie. Whenever never stalked by night bears enters the battlefield, return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Nah. Love to hear it. Thank you so much. So I am currently building Alesha. Sorry, not Alesha. Ariette. I built Alesha already. We're done with Alesha. This is for a patron. They have asked to remain anonymous. They don't want people to know that I'm basically their arms dealer. They buy in bulk. They're just like, hey, I need 10 more deck lists. Can I get these to you? Hang on one. You can go to voicemail. So they'll like ask for 10 deck lists all at the same time. And currently they are asking, I'll be specific for this one. A budget of $1,000, themes, auras, enchantments, pillow fort control question mark. Restrictions would really like replenish in the deck, but would like it in addition to the budget listed, so 1,000 plus the price for replenish. Power level bracket 3 / as high power level as possible for that bracket. So they want to specifically stay in 3, so that means no infinites, no. Patron, I charge $25 for a custom deck build. If you want a video for it, it's $50. Now we do split it up if you want. So I've got patrons that pay $50 a month and they get a video every single month. And then I've got patrons that only pay $25 and they get a deck list every month, or they get a deck list and then I'll do a video about that deck list the next month to bounce it back and forth. And the plan is, at least for the summer, to stream every Wednesday building commander decks. But you can go to patreon.com/Danon. Is it in the video description? No, of course not. Oh well. Managed to make a Mardu human soldier deck. Nice. Okay, I think we're good on creatures. Let's go here. So yeah, when I ask people for deck lists, or when I ask people what they want, and usually it's easier for me if you don't send me a deck list, unless you're wanting specific help with the deck list. Um, like, oh, you want me to tune it up and go, hey, here's my deck list. Help me cut 5 cards. You know. All right, what do we got? Vampiric Link, because that's hilarious. Lord Skitterer's Blessing. So I ask for commander name, budget, theme, what you're trying to go for, bracket, power level, any specific restrictions, and usually that's enough. I can just build something off of that. If you want to give me more info, great. Actually, less info tends to be better unless you have something specific in mind that you're going for. But yeah, usually like I want an aristocrats deck led by this commander with a budget of $500. Let's try to keep it under bracket 3. Let's try to keep it bracket 3. No problem. I can knock that out all day. Sometimes I'll go back and forth and tell you your deck is impossible. I want a bracket 4 deck for under $100. No. Maybe. Depends on the theme. If the theme is wide open, I can build you something for under $100 that'll crush the table. But you don't get to pick the theme or the commander. Demonic Tutor, because it puts it in your hand. The problem is I often play Spellslinger, so I'll often have like copy effects on the board. So Vampiric Tutor is useless. But Demonic Tutor, I would say, solve the equation, is quickly rising up to be one of my favorites. I know it's 3 mana, and it only gets an instant or sorcery, but since I'm in Spellslinger anyway, Archdruid's Charm's another good one. Like, I actually like, what's his name? Is it Torvek? No, that's not his name. He's red. Koth. I like Koth. Believe it or not, for card advantage. In a mono red deck, just think about this for a second. I'm not missing land drops anymore. Every turn, I hit a land drop. Now, is this absolutely necessary? And do you want him in all red decks? No. But he is good. This is card advantage. I'm getting a card. I'm tutoring up a card every single turn. Yeah, it's only a basic mountain. Who cares? I'm putting a card in my hand that is needed for me to cast more spells every turn. I wouldn't run him in a multicolor deck at all, but like, heck, Lathless with him in the deck is good. I'll run Lathless with him, Torch of Defiance, and the 3 mana. What do you think I said, Cat? Card advantage? I'm only talking about Commander. I'm not talking about anything else. Well, right this minute. He is good. Like, I mean, yeah, his emblem's nice. You don't worry about an emblem in Commander. You're never going to get to it. spot removal is nice, but just straight up, I'm not missing land drops. And he's 40 cents, so he's ultra budget. You can run him in anything. Oh, cat. Where's my bonking stick? Okay. Challenger Torch Defiance? Yeah. So, Challenger Torch Defiance, let's just look at. Forget the emblem. The emblem's amazing. The emblem wins games. You're never going to get the emblem. No one's going to let you do it unless your deck is built around it. I'm talking about just tossing planeswalkers into commander decks. Just any old commander deck. Look at the top card of your library. You can deal 2 damage. You can either cast it or you can deal 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. Card advantage and damage. Mana. Card advantage, damage, and mana. Like, okay. And then spot removal. Deals 4 damage to a creature. You know? Like, this is what all decks... This is what red does. You know, there is no drawback to tossing a Chandra in a red deck. Like, does she go in every deck that has red in it? No. But she's card advantage and mana ramp. This guy, he's been reprinted. Look, he's down to 56 cents in the mystery booster. You may discard a card if you do draw a card. Okay, so card filtering, which is nice. Add mana to cast dragons. Make a bunch of dragons. Like, for 3 mana, he makes dragons. We cast dragons. Like, yeah, I know how your brain works, Cat. Yep. And that's why I always tell people don't worry about we're talking outside of Super Friends, and I've pretty much convinced Saffron Olive to come around to my way of thinking, because it's like you look at the static and you look at the abilities that the Planeswalker could do when it comes down onto the battlefield. We don't care about ultimates. We only care about the things that the Planeswalker can do when it first hits the battlefield. So static abilities, the initial plus and the initial, like the first 2 is usually, and show me what's wrong here. You know? Like, these 3 in red decks. Sarkhan goes in basically every dragon deck. Like, maybe I'll cut him in a 5-color deck. 5-color dragon deck. But even then, it's tough. Because he's mana ramp for your dragons. He's card filtering. Oh, I've got too many lands. Pitch a land, draw something else, you know? They do. They do. There are some wild emblems out there. Torch of Defiance. What Ral Crackling Wit. Spells you have cast Storm, or spells you cast have Storm. Ugh. Awakened Inferno. Like, Vraska Golgari Queen? Are you kidding me? That's a ridiculous. But, yeah, like, you can't rely on the emblems. Anyway. Where's good old... There we go, Teferi. Yep. Oh, okay. Cat, are you also a dragon lady? You also need to run. And this card is dirt cheap. It's 35 cents. You can get a fancy edition for $35 if you really want to get the cute one, but not necessary at all. It's $1. You know, boom. Starter commander decks, 35 cents. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a gold counter on this artifact. Tap, remove a gold counter, draw a card. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Literally goes in every dragon deck. It is card draw and ramp both at the same time. Now, this card was printed Core Set 2019 at the same time as Sarkhan and Sign of the Ur Dragon. Cute Stuff has 6 dragon decks, 5, something like that.
Not enough.
Yeah. Wah. This is Lathless. This is one of the most underrated dragon commanders in the game. What do we got over here? All right, one shot your opponent. Yep. Oh yeah, Grand Arbiter's annoying, but he's fun. Lathless Dragon Queen, 6 mana, 6/6 legendary dragon with flying, of course. Whenever another non-token dragon you control enters, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. 1 and a red, dragons you control get +1/+1 and +1/+0 until end of turn. Lathless is an army in the can. Ronan. My oldest child. The reason I'm back in Commander, it's all their fault. One of their favorite decks is a Fairies deck, where they build. It's anthems. It's anthems and stacks, and that's it. Ew. Nice. Squirrels. Let's see if she's even added yet. There she is. That works. Let me guess. This is his commander? Oh, it is brutal, Ronan. Oh, I'm reminded of Angry No Hermit from back in the day. Oh well. Alright. Let's get this deck built. Songbird's Blessing. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks, reveal cards on top of your library. And you an aura card. Sure. Martial Impetus. Yes. Nurgle's Rot. Yeah, Aleto's one of my favorite commanders. Okay. Absolutely, we're going to run Sphere of Safety. We're going to run Sigil of the Empty Throne. Angelic Gift, yes. Hang on, let's come back to this one. Gift of Immortality. We want to keep Ariad out at all times. We got Kaya's Ghost Form, right? Alright, you can go over here. So, bit of my history, Kat, and I think most people here know it already. I started Magic in 94. So, I was bad at it, but I think we all were, and I got good quickly. And I had a pretty good, not high, but good ELO rating in the late 90s, early 2000s. And got really into Magic and was involved in helping other people build and modify decks. Paid a lot of attention to the tournament scene. Had just a ton of fun. Crushing my opponents. I remember Combo Winter. I played during Combo Winter. I remember turn 2 kill decks being too slow. And reworked your dinosaur deck using Velociraptor Precon, added some... Nice. Okay, so I quit Magic about 04 because Cute Stuff was pregnant. And diapers are expensive. So I stopped paying attention to it at all. I didn't look at cards. I mean, you still hear about stuff because you're in the geek space, but like, I'm not going to tournaments. I'm not buying Magic cards. I'm not doing anything. And 2017, the child that was the reason that I quit Magic came to me and said, Daddy, can you teach me how to play Magic? And we were in a pretty good spot financially, so I said sure. And within a year, the whole family was coming to F&M, and we were all playing Standard. And within a year after that, 2 years after that, we had quit Standard completely, and we're just playing Commander at that point. We'd still do pre-releases and whatnot, but Cute Stuff and I would go to Commander events, like the big Magic conventions. And I would travel for work and just happen to schedule a visit to clients during the same weekend that an event was. And what else did we do? So we played a lot. And 2021, Sid Snap recommended that I start a YouTube channel about anime and manga, so I did. And that summer, the Dungeons and Dragons set released. And Saffron Olive, who's he's one of the bigger content creators and a friend. He and I had gotten to know each other by then. We'd hung out a few times at big events. And, not just play Magic, but we'd go on to lunch and we'd have actual conversations about Magic and stuff. We went to... he could not pronounce the D&D characters. He had no idea who they were. He didn't know who Tiamat was. He didn't know who Loth was. He didn't know how to pronounce Tarask. So I started doing lore videos on my anime and manga channel about some of these characters. And then that same child who got me back into Magic played a Spellslinger deck for the first time, and they were clueless. They had no idea what they were doing. And I realized that certain archetypes have complexity levels. So I started doing videos on commander decks as well, and struggled to get any play with the videos. We were figuring out how to make the videos, how they would actually work for people who would like them. Um, Kamigawa upgrades unleashed precon. Nice. So I was gonna quit, and then I was gonna just quit making Magic content altogether because it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't doing anything. And then someone posted, "Hey, I just bought this deck list and crushed everyone. Thank you so much for your videos." And I'm like, "Well, fuck. Looks like I'm gonna be making Magic videos." And then a few months after that, I split my channels, and I've got Commander by Danon and Musings by Danon. So Commander by Danon is entirely Commander content. Occasionally I talk about other Magic news, but usually it's deck lists every day, Monday through Friday. Um, and next week, my 1000th video will be posting. So yeah. And I've got some things to say to Blizzard, to WotC, not Blizzard, WotC. So I'm going to do a video on Monday about that. And they may hate me for it and never invite me to be an ambassador. And oh well. I'm offering criticism, not anger, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, Magic is easily the most complex game out there. All right, Angelic Gift. What time are you going live, Cat? Like 2 hours ish? Redemption Arc. Indestructible and is goaded. Yeah. Ghostly Prison. Angelic Destiny. I agree. And I get where they're coming from with not every card is for you, not every set is for you, and that's fine. That's why I'm not doing content on some of the cards. Like I did one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video. I did one Avatar video. I don't like Avatar. I don't hate it. I'm not trash talking on it. I'm not downplaying it. It's just not for me. I don't enjoy it. But no, you are not the minority in the unsustainable thinking it's unsustainable. Well, let me take that back. What's unsustainable is releasing cards at a breakneck pace without proper testing. And if they're keep doing layoffs, um, that's what makes it unsustainable. Um, what makes Magic's pace unsustainable is the fact that Hasbro is losing money. They're breaking even with D&D. They're losing money on literally all of their other projects. They're making money with Magic. Magic has to be profitable enough to support the rest of Hasbro. Hasbro needs to do something with the rest of their IPs to actually make it profitable because as of right now it's not. And whether they just start licensing out games to let other people make games or they just cut them loose and let them be free IPs or something. I don't know. They need to do something. But Hasbro is losing money off of they're breaking even on D&D or they're making a small amount of profit on D&D, but literally all the rest of their stuff is good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for stopping by, Black. That's right, I did make two. I made an Iro video, but I think I was paid to make that one. And the TMNT one I was paid to make that one too, just because the art is so bad. I'm doing a whole video on it next week. Whenever a creature enters the player's battlefield. Oh yeah, Trespasser's Curse. Absolutely. Greater Aromancy. Other enchantments you control shot. Enchantment creatures you control shot. Heck yeah. Wait, Shroud? Yeah. Yes. Shroud? No. Eye of Nidhogg. Right? And, well, here's the thing. I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. I'm still like working through how I'm going to explain this video, but a bit of a spoiler for Monday's video. I'm going to focus mostly on the art. This feels like a magic card. Yeah, we've got a city in the background. Okay. She could be in a park. She's obviously in New York Central Park, but she could be at a park in Ravnica. You could see her in the outfit she's wearing with the background we've got. You could see her in Ravnica. You could see her hanging out with the Gruuls. What was the Gruul? The Gruul Planeswalker. Domri. Look at the art style. I mean, yeah, this one's a lot more aggressive, but these could exist in the same universe. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm fine with planes having their own specific art style, but they all still feel like magic cards. Look at the art style. This is Leonardo da Vinci. He's a real human being that actually existed. But the art style still makes him look like a magic card. That one's okay. But this one? This one? No. Nope. I don't like it. Yes. So I don't know if the sets just had a bad art designer or, but then you take a look at, and I'm not even talking like cartoony and cheesy, because you look at Vivi. Vivi looks like a cartoon character, but You look at the background, you look at the whole of the picture, and it works. There's a softness to it. You know? I just don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, it angers me. All right, chat. We're going on a commercial break over on Twitch real quick. I am going to pause the stream real quick. I just need to run to the bathroom, so give me just a minute and we will be right back. Okay. So, commercial is still going over on Twitch. So, but that's okay. We're just going to look through the different cards. What? I have Nidhogg? Yes. Sure. I respond to someone real quick. I'd like. Oh, it only tweaks to it, period. I wanted you to have more interaction. Draw. Okay. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Sheltered by ghosts. We unmuted, right? Okay. Looks like a friend of mine just went live. That's fine. Hyena Umbra. Heck yeah. Stab wound. That's hilarious. Getting cleared the Ninth District. None of the gang lords challenged the Boros. Yeah, I bet not. Yes, Fire Vaccine Arena. We absolutely want Fire Vaccine Arena. Oh, yeah. So, a buddy of mine... let's see if I can find the lands. It's an island. Basic. Set. Almond kit. Was it that one? Hour? No, no, no. No, that was it. Yeah. So, this is the Temple of Kefnet. And he had a Kefnet deck. So I bought him... let me see. Yeah. I bought him these. Because they had the Island of Kefnet in his Kefnet deck. So I got him a full set of foils. Which was like, I think 20, 25 cents each, something like that. But yeah, like, I think it cost me for 20 islands, I think it cost me like $30 after shipping. Which, yeah, spending $30 on islands, but like $30 all on matching islands that are thematic, that fit the set, you know, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's get back to Ariat. Okay, I need... Sanguine Bonds. Exquisite Blood. Blood. Speaking of immortality. Oh, yes. Combos. See more. There we go. Veto. Enduring Tenacity. Rotting Blight Priest. No. Just checking something real quick, chat. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. Okay, so yeah, we just want that small package of infinite, win the game on the spot. So we'll go ahead and include that as well. Now I think we can, I think we're done with auras. We've got like 20 of them. don't want Mortify. I want... Yes, we want Dark Ritual. We want Black Market Connections. Winds of Wrath. Damn. Idyllic Tutor. Oh, Ley Line of the Void. That works. Okay, so we've got our... What do we got? I have not watched a single episode of Dragon Ball Super. I have seen all of Dragon Ball. I've seen all of Dragon Ball Z. I'm pretty sure I've seen some episodes of Dragon Ball Z like 6 times, thanks to Toonami, while others I've only seen like once or twice. I have not watched a single episode of Super. I haven't read the manga. In all honesty, I watch like all the way through. I am very restricted on time, so I am much more likely to drop an anime after one episode. I'm not even caught up on Witch Hat this season. And I love it. It's gorgeous. But I'm watching 2 episodes a week when I fold laundry. That's my laundry folding anime. I'm watching... Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, Second Cutest Girl in the Classroom. I'm a couple episodes behind on Wistoria. I need to catch up on Wistoria. Hell, I still haven't even finished watching Country Bumpkin. And season 2's coming this summer. I need to watch like the last 2 episodes of that. You know what? I think... GT, I did watch a little bit of. I watched like 10 episodes of and went, nope, this is trash. I found out Akira Toriyama wasn't. I was like, this is bad. What's going on? I found out Akira Toriyama wasn't involved in GT and I went, we're done. Walked away. Okay, I think we have what we need for this deck. Let's look at... I need to get that recorded tonight so Cute Stuff can knock it out tomorrow. Where's my lands database? There it is. So this is my lands database. So I'm able to come in here and go, I want these 3. I want all the Orzhov. We're not going to be keeping it all. Marsh Flats, Orzhov goes white and then black. So we want Windswept Heath, Polluted Delta, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire. We want to go down to Snowfield Sinkhole. We'll clip those 2. Desolate Mire. I'm not a fan of Desolate. Is it Desolate Mire that's the original filter? Yeah, I'm not a fan. Get rid of it. Fetid Heath, Caves of Coilos, Bright Climb Pathway, Snarl. No, no, no. I like the Basilicas. Get rid of those two. I agree, and it's sad because Naruto has had like zero influence on modern anime, like at all. One Piece, it's hard to say what it's. One Piece has an influence on politics, which I love. All right, that's 25 minutes service. So 6 and 6. 6 plains, 6 swamp. Talisman of Hierarchy. One Piece has outsold Superman, so who knows what its influence is going to be like. Um, yep. I honestly don't like Naruto. I think Fairy Tail's better than Naruto. And I know that's a hot take, but I don't care. I like Fairy Tail. I think it's cute. Okay. Let's check this out. See how many we need to cut. Decks. Create a deck. Remember, chat, the patron asked for $1,000 deck list. So when you see the price tag, don't go freaking out on me. Problem is, the core of this deck is dirt cheap. It's spelled sanguine. Absolutely misspelled leyline. That was a typo. This is why we build in a spreadsheet first. Oh, my bad. Ethereal armor? Is that how it's spelled? All right. Timely Ward is still showing up here for some reason on MTG Goldfish. That's where I did. I just could not do it. It's so bad. You know, I think Clawing Torment's just too cute. We'll get rid of that one. Oh, cut. No, we need to keep Idyllic Tutor. Wind's Wrath is fine. No, it's fine. Ink Shield, I think, is too cute. No, it's fine. We want that. What's Reach Heather? Reach Heather we want. Replenish we want. Idyllic Tutor. We're going to have to cut from the core. Well, that's... Problem is we have 8 interaction spells, like instants and sorceries that we can cast to interact with our opponents. We have 8 of them. I did miscount on the lands. We are short, so... Suck, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to start at the top. Keep. Stab wound is cute. I don't think it's that good. Phyrexian Arena can go. No, yeah. And Hateful. Wait, Hateful Eidolon? Yeah, Hateful Eidolon can go. We gotta cut 3 more cards, chat, and no, they can't be lands. That's fair. We'll go ahead and cut Ashiok's Reaper. He's a bit too expensive for what we're wanting to do. I forget that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had like a resurgence in the 2000s. Because Batman also, but Batman's always been like ninja adjacent. We'll go ahead and get rid of Nurgle's Rot. It's cute, but... That and One Piece had one of the worst dubs ever when FHE got hold of it. So no one was watching One Piece. It was trash. Angel Gift is just silly. All right. Chat, I gotta cut 2 more cards. The 4 Kids dub, that's what it was. Yeah, it was so bad. Sheltered by Ghosts. Those are all so good, though. What's Timely Ward do again? Let's get rid of Unquestioned Authority. I worry that that's going to get used against us. I like Hyena Umbra. One card, chat. We gotta cut 1 card. Uh, I will cut Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay. Yeah, so the main reason this deck is so expensive, why it's over $1,300, is 2 cards. Replenish, that I was specifically asked to add to the deck list, and Sarah's Sanctum. So. Sanctum. One down, chat. Actually, that's 2 down. We got 2 deck lists done. So we're not doing too bad. All right, what do we got? Yeah, Dana don't play. Oh. Asking a question about the. All right, let's get this one done real quick. Tokens and Reanimator held by Hildebrand Mandeville. Total cost under 300. You got it. Let's do this. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Actually, no, I need to make adjustments to that. All right, so here, here. Oh, go away. You know what? It's Hildi. My bad. Sure I spelled that right. I did. Excellent. This person has paid me to build them a $25 commander deck. Sorry, a $300 commander deck. They paid me $25 to build them a $300 commander deck. Led by Hildebrand Mandeville, built around tokens and reanimation. Wants to incorporate lots of Universes Beyond stuff. He's got the 40k and the Fallout precons and never played a tokens build. Okay. What else are we doing, chat? Thanks, Sloppy Joe. Appreciate you. Oh, Creature tokens you control get +1/+1. When he dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventurer until the end of your next turn. Because he's Hildebrand. He is best boy. All right, hang on. Let's sort it by this. I appreciate the support. Everyone stopping by to say hi. I'm going at it for about 2.5 hours now. Still building up my stamina for this chat. All right, so I was thinking we go for whenever a creature dies, we make a token. I don't think that one's good enough. No. 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 Oh. No. Yes. Ugh. Probably play some music or something. It's not going to work. Oh, Carrier Thrall. Heck yeah. Crawling Chorus. Whenever a creature you control dies, oh, we want Death's Majesty. Uh, I think Solo Leveling is a lot of fun. I do not think it's very good. I don't think it's worth the hype. So it is one of the things that I've learned, like just through personal experiences, there are good shows and there are fun shows. And Solo Leveling is not a good show. It is an actively bad show, but it's fun. Does that mean it should be anime of the year? Absolutely not. And the fact that Crunchyroll lets people vote for it, Crowded Crypt. I don't like Decayed. Yes. No. If it's power. It is, and the funny part is, I've read I read the original web manga. I read or web novel. I read the manhwa. Um, it was all hype. That it is all sizzle no steak. Absolutely, Death Tyrant. Uh, it is this decade's Attack on Titan. I enjoyed Attack on Titan, but I quickly grew bored of it because it is thin and boring. And someone had a hot take that I 100% agree with that Kaiju number 8 is Attack on Titan, but good. Yeah. The anime does do that better. The anime cleans up a lot of the problems with the web novel, makes it more, cleans up the pacing a bit, and it also makes a lot of the side characters more interesting, adds more depth to their character, gives us more backstory to them, stuff like that. So I actually prefer the anime over the web novel. Now that's not the case with all web novels, or not web novels, manhwa. Sorry. Um, Shut up, evil dragon. I don't want to raise a child with you is adorable, and I need to do a video on it. But getting images for manhwa is a pain in the butt, so I haven't yet. Um, it. Some people will say it has a problematic opening, and it kind of does. Main character is the greatest dragon slayer ever. He goes out and he kills a bunch of dragons, like you do when you're a dragon slayer. He one day gets captured by the Silver Dragon Queen, and he is now her prisoner. And he decides to expend his life force cursing her. And the curse works, and she loses all control. He thinks it's going to put her into a berserk state. It causes her libido to go berserk, and he thinks he's dead. And he goes into a coma for 18 months. And when he wakes up, he has daughters, twin daughters. And that's the start of a very silly love-hate, enemies to lovers. But they still hate each other. But they're also trying to cover for each other because no one can find out that the queen has half human babies. So they're all trying to pretend that he's a dragon, and it's hilarious. It is the whole love hate arranged marriage. I'm the prince, but I'm also your prisoner. Oh, it's just silly. Um, is it literature? No, absolutely not. Is it top tier and very, very good? No, absolutely not. But is it fun? Oh, yeah. Got Doom Dissenter, Doom Traveler, Dwarven Castle Guard. Absolutely. All right, I think I'm going to finish this deck list on my own. I want to thank everyone for stopping by. We will be streaming on Commander by DNN every Wednesday where I'm building Commander decks. We can talk about Commander. Obviously, we can also talk about anime if you guys want to. I'm going to go ahead and raid a friend of mine. Let me see who else is streaming. Elsie just started. Good God, that man's been going for 6 hours. Let's just scare the crap out of them. You guys have a good one.
I want to try raw meat.
That one's also good. Dan! Hello, take it for the heckin' reading. Hello, readers. How were you playing some
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. No, Magic the Gathering. How was Commander? Or building Commander decks then?
Haha. I have this habit of trying to bonk people all the time.
And for those who are heckin' coming in from the heckin' raid that do not know me, I am Kelsey Dacker. I'm sorry, I'm like,
My sprint.
I'm like, I'm eating the warhead. It's getting stuck in my tooth. I had again. Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Heck yeah. I haven't played Commander in a minute. Whee!